Hello, everyone. So we are here with another late Motivation Monday, and again, just wanted to check in quickly with you all to let you know what I have been observing and how you're progressing thus far. Thank you to those of you who have been reaching out for additional explanations of certain topics that might not have been clear. I'm trying to get those back to you as soon as possible. And now that we are in the thick of your assignments being submitted, I'm actively grading them. So, like I said, I do have a little over 40 students, and this week alone, each of you submitted 70, I mean, not 70, whew, each of you have submitted 7 assignments. So when we think about chapters 3, 4, and 5, you had the discussion forums for 3, 4, and 5. You also had the problem sets. Okay, so that's 6 assignments and then the concept map. So 7 assignments times rounding down 40 students is 280 assignments. So please bear with me as I am checking through everything to make sure that you all are having the appropriate grades calculated over. And please pardon, usually I like to provide, in-depth feedback on your discussion posts. I can't do that right now for 40 plus students, just trying to get all of the grades back to you. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm taking notes as I'm going through the discussion forums just regarding certain topics. And if I notice that some of you might be missing some components, I will chime in and provide that in-depth feedback. Otherwise, if I see that you're on track, it's one of those situations, no news is good news. The questions are designed specifically to elicit certain types of responses. And then especially now as we are getting into some of the more focused chapters, I am asking for much more thoughtful responses as they relate to your experiences in your life and how you might translate some of that content to what's actually happening in your lives. And so I will be chiming in as necessary, just for those of you who may need to kind of, be steered back to what you are doing. But right now, just to make sure everyone is getting their feedback as quickly as possible, you may not receive a written response on your discussion forum, and that is okay. So I do want you to keep in mind, for the most part, many of you are providing those very thoughtful responses. I know in the first chapters, there wasn't much for you to kind of build on as far as providing original responses. Most of what you were asked to provide were things that you could look up in the text, but I'm hoping that now you'll find many of the questions touch on, or at least the ones that I asked you to respond to one another. Pardon my children, they're in the background having a ball. But anyway, the ones that I'm asking you to respond to one another on in these chapters are, questions that ask you to think about what this looks like in your day-to-day lives, or what it may look like in your field. So be sure as you are responding to one another that you are reading each other's responses. Many of you obviously are doing that, but provide those thoughtful responses that really expand on what your colleagues have been sharing. You all are doing a great job with your concept maps. I don't think I've had to reach out to anyone specifically regarding not having enough information in the concept maps. Remember, this is your opportunity to really build on those concepts, identify those relationships. And so please keep that in mind. And let's see. Oh, yes, like I said, I am feverishly grading your work. I want you to know how you're progressing in the course. And what that does mean is that I have been grading this time at night. It's 9:50 p.m. This is early for me, so I'm probably going to be grading through, up through 2 o'clock in the morning. That's just the nature of this. And many of you may have your notifications on Blackboard set to alert you when I am adding a grade, or I don't know, you may have your notification set that Blackboard shoots you an email when a grade has been updated. Please make sure, if you do not want to be woken up in the middle of the night to turn off your notifications, at least during that time. I'm just going to let you know in advance that's probably the time that I will be grading most of your work, so that I do not wake you up from your sleep. Just make sure you either, put your phone on silent or turn off those notifications during that hour. My kids, they are having a ball. As you can see, my setting is different. I'm actually at my parents' house. We have been strictly social distancing so that my children can still visit with my parents. And so we are actually here because my parents are a huge help right now, so that I am able to, take care of all of this work stuff that I have, grading, working with faculty, getting them ready, doing stuff for the system office. So my parents have been amazing, just stepping in and spoiling my children so that I can focus on getting all of my work done and being able to provide you all your grades as quickly as possible, so that you know how you are progressing in the course. So they are having a blast bubble bathing right now. But anyway, continue to reach out to me if you have questions or concerns. And again, thank you all so much for your patience and understanding as I am working diligently to make sure that you know how you're progressing in the course. So I will continue to be on the lookout for additional emails. If I send you an email super late at night, please know that I do not expect you to respond right away. I just wanted to make sure that I get it out to you in as much of a timely fashion as I can, so that you know how you're going through. And sometimes the email may just be, hey, thanks so much for reaching out. I know you have this issue. I am working on it, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. So just bear with me, and I will do my best to help you all do your best. So again, thank you for your understanding. Please take care of yourselves. And as always, reach out to me if you need anything. Bye, guys.